welcome to Reality Hour. I'm Adam Samuel. Today we are talking the final week of final weeks of America's Got Talent auditions. There's been a lot of them. This is I believe this was week 7?
Correct.
Yeah, and joining me for this podcast is my co-host, Eric. How you doing, Eric?
All things considered, I'm fine. My Twitter account hasn't been hacked in the past half hour, so there's that. And yeah, I actually have two acts I'm actually looking forward to talking about in that episode. So that's more than usual.
I will say, from this episode, not going to be giving my golden buzzer. I'm going to be giving my golden buzzer because we get 2 this season each, both Eric and I. I already gave one to Noah. I'm going to be giving my golden buzzer to an act from a previous episode. We can talk about that a little bit later.
And I'm also going to retract the golden buzzer and give a new one.
I don't think that's how the game works here, Eric.
I don't care. Who cares at this point? I mean, I'm not giving it to someone who's going to win. So,
well, here we are, Eric. It has been 7 weeks of America's Got Talent auditions. You've seen all the acts. What's your thoughts? What are you coming away from these auditions thinking?
I'm thinking this is a pretty lackluster season, and I kind of wish that, if America's Got Talent gets taped in the studio and Idol got screwed over by COVID, when America's Got Talent doesn't, I wish we reversed that because Idol had the better talent than AGT this year. So,
yeah. When we record these episodes, I am given kind of a certain acts to watch, but I do also occasionally watch the episodes live, and some of these acts, I mean, what has happened to this show? I'm truly going to call it the Simon Cowell effect. Like, it's just everything went bad since he came around.
I think the past couple of years has gone consistently downhill. Like last year and this year have been pretty lackluster, but
I don't know. I think it really just comes down to the acts, honestly. I feel like they're not. You're shaking your head.
No, I mean, there are a couple acts that are really good, but I think it's just the editing and the production and all, and the over fakeness of it all. I think that's the bigger problem than the acts themselves.
I don't know. All I can say is I think from this point on, when's our next episode after this?
2 weeks, I think.
There's a 2-week break.
So there's a week break for a clip show, which we're not going to watch, and then there's Judge Cuts.
All right, and it's just one episode, right?
Correct. So we will be covering that.
Have you heard any news about potential spoilers?
No leaks that I've noticed. I haven't been checking for them, but I haven't noticed them ever. So.
All right, and do we know what's going to kind of be going? I know I have like a general idea of what's going to be going on with Judge Cuts. Can you explain a little bit more about what's going to be the system here?
So from what I've read, basically not everyone has to perform again. We're going to put some people through without having to perform again. And then the people that are torn on, they'll have perform again. And then they'll send some through. And they'll have more people through to live shows this year than usual. So,
do we have a number? How many?
I don't know the number. I think it's like 46 or something. It's whatever it is more than usual.
48? I'm just trying to think.
I don't know. What the number is higher than usual is all I'll say.
All right. Well, do you think we maybe saw the winner in these 2 episodes here? Or is it just one episode? Yeah,
it was one episode we watched, yeah.
Did you
did we see the winner in this episode? No.
Did we see a finalist?
We saw 2 finalists at least.
All right. Well, at this point in the season, this is when coronavirus is entirely kind of caught up with the show. So how it works is the majority of the episodes of the auditioners were filmed in front of a no audience stage, and the remaining acts were filmed from home. Overall, I gotta kind of agree with Eric. I thought this crop of talent were kind of lackluster. I was just waiting for something. I'm waiting. It's just so overproduced, and the acts are so just not great. It makes me want to look back at the older seasons and think, what's what's different here what's missing here that was present in those earlier seasons? What do you think it might have been?
I think it's just the element of surprise, honestly. I feel like we've seen all these types of acts before now, and we've seen them over and over again, and there's like nothing surprising on the show anymore.
Is it just that the show is kind of keeling over its own sword, as in it's just kind of has run out of talent to show off?
No, I don't think so. I mean, maybe to an extent, because they are just getting people from other shows now, as we'll get to towards the end of this episode, but
yeah, I mean, it's also just the fact that every act can kind of it's rare for there to be an original act on the show, if you know what I mean. Like, everyone kind of, when you look at like the cello kid, you remember Daryl and Emil. When you remember this person, you think like everyone's kind of a typecast, and it just makes the show feel a little bit sameyed, like a little bit dittoed. And yeah, I don't know. I don't even know how would you fix America's Got Talent? Like, that's got to be a podcast. Like, how do you?
maybe we could do that during one of the off weeks, but we'll get there.
All right. Well, let's dive into these acts. So there's actually only going to be 5 we're going to be talking about tonight. So first up is Alex Hooper. Now, this is a big thing for me. So first off, Alex is a comedian. He's a roaster, kind of in the style of those kind of videos. But for me, what the biggest thing about this act is that he's a returning contestant, and we almost never get returning contestants. The only one that I could think of in recent memory was that weird walrus dude.
Alex is way better than the walrus.
I want more returning contestants. I want what?
Safford was his name.
Safford. I want more returning contestants, and I don't know why America's Got Talent kind of shies away from them. Why do you think it might be? Like they like on American Idol, The Voice, they like returning contestants. America's Got Talent, it's like
Boy of Champions. That's why.
Yeah. Champions ruins everything.
Yes, it does. Anyway, I will say, Alex Hooper is the first comedian this season that made me laugh out loud. Actually, the joke about about Hallie. Remember when he used to be a comedian? That was so great. I enjoyed him.
So overall, for me, I thought it was all right. I don't at all remember his previous audition. I remember all I remember is it went bad.
It shouldn't have gone bad. It was hilarious. But he was like telling the audience, calm down, peasants, calm down. It was so great.
Yeah, so not exactly my thing. I can maybe it's just the fact that it's a little too over the top for me, a little bit. Just
that's a shtick. I like it.
I get that's a shtick, but then the shtick isn't for me.
Okay,
but it's fine. But like it didn't. This is not a winning act, Eric. This is an act that I could see.
Not. Of course it's not, but I enjoy the hell out of it anyway.
And
I'll enjoy it probably more than the winning act this year, whoever that is.
And there was, correct me if I'm wrong, there's talk of a golden buzzer here.
If I'm allowed to change my golden buzzer, he's getting it from me.
All right, let's make a deal. We will rescind. Which golden buzzer are you giving up?
I'm giving up Winston.
So here's the deal. Here's the condition that if you switch the golden buzzer to Alex Hooper, then if Winston wins the show, I'm considered the winner of our draft.
That's fine because Winston's not going to win the show.
It just increases my odds. I went from 2.
No, it doesn't. I mean, neither of us are going to win this time. Unless
I think my second golden buzzer, I think maybe could win.
No, I don't know who it is.
You don't even know who it is.
You told me it started with a letter, and I don't know if and I know no one with that letter is going to win. So
all right, well, that's kind of what I got on Alex Hooper.
Okay.
All right, who are we talking about next here, Eric? Oh, Lightwave we're doing, right?
I guess. Maybe, yeah, whatever order you want to go in.
All right, so I'm going chronological from the order they appeared on the show. Lightwave Theater Company. They are puppeteers. As soon as they started talking with an accent, I was like, okay.
They're going to be good.
They're going to be very good because that means they were scouted and they were brought here from the show. I'm telling you, if anyone you're watching the show, unless someone is clearly like portrayed as a joke, if they have an accent, they're automatically going to be really good. So these people are kind of, they say they're puppeteers. In my mind, they're more like in the shadow act kind of variety. Yeah. It's not quite the same thing, but it's similar. They tell a story about it's puppeteering, but there's something like very eerie about it. Like it was supposed to be a cute story, and I was kind of like, this is giving me the creeps a little bit here.
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was a cool technology and presentation. I hate the judges talking over the act.
Oh my god,
it was excruciating. But the one thing, is it really bad that I give them credit for not taking the opportunity to put the girl in a fake wheelchair at the end?
Oh god,
because they totally would have done that. I mean, I was totally expecting this to turn into full inspiration porn, and it didn't. So there's that.
The show feels like it. That is one thing I will say about like where America's Got Talent has gone wrong. It's just has gone into inspiration. The word you just said, like it's just everyone's got something wrong with them. Everyone's like why can't it just be about the talent? But it's preaching to the choir at this point. Yeah, you mentioned the judges kind of talking over the act. That was something that was really sticking with me too while I was watching it.
We're explaining every single thing.
I'm telling you.
Can't we just freaking watch it for ourselves and figure it out?
Someone said this in the past. I don't remember who it was, but the judges' comments are, when you watch a video on Facebook and they have like the bars like underneath, like telling you how to feel during the video. Like, This is so fun. You'll have the video and then there'll be like a little box under with like text. That is the judges. They're just telling you how to feel because the show doesn't trust you to feel it without them. Like it would be like if Superman flew by, a judge would need to say, "Oh, look, it's Superman." And you can't like you can't tell for yourself. And it's really, really annoying. I will say though, this story did feel a little bit cheap. Like what they're going with. Like look, it's the dog. It's like I felt like
smart, yes, but cheap. I would agree.
Yeah, I just felt like it was super cheap. Like it's the easy thing to go for. Like if you want to pull for someone's heartstrings, you go, look, the helpless dog got hurt, and it just didn't come across as genuine. It's just so creepy. That girl puppet, like they were feeling so bad for it. I was like,
what? It kind of reminded me of like, ever seen the movie Coraline?
I did. It's one of my all-time favorite movies.
I didn't like that movie. It creeped me out, but that kind of reminded me of this.
How did you not like that movie?
I was creeped out by it.
I love that movie. That is one of the best movies.
John Hodgman in it, but other than that.
You liked who?
John Hodgman was in it.
Who is he?
He was the father.
No. Huh. Cool.
Anyway.
All right. So overall, I would put like is kind of my impression, which is going to be a bit of the
motif
going forward. So next up we have Cameron Ross. He is a country singer. So we get a full story about him. And overall, the story aside, when he started singing, he was all right.
I mean, here's the problem. I'm not a fan of country music. I don't think Adam is either. So we can't really judge it properly. Having said that, I've heard some country singers that I actually do like, and those are the ones that impressed me. And I was just like, this is okay. I mean, he's not bad per se, but there's nothing that really stood out about it for me.
I do like some country music, I will say. I
like some of it, but
I will admit, when I'm exercising, I might listen to some Luke Bryan occasionally. But I have, through American Idol, through America's Got Talent, The Voice, I have listened to a lot of country singers, so I'm not entirely familiar. But the thing is that Cameron he did feel kind of generic. I don't want to say that, but like that's kind of the only word I could kind of come away thinking of him. He's talented, but if I've learned anything from watching these shows, it's that there are a lot of people who are talented, and he's just.
I mean, Kate Stevens won X Factor, so there's that, and he was super generic.
Who knows? I mean, the story did feel a little bit. It's just everyone's got to have a thing, Eric. Just for the show. I mean, I wish in my perfect America's Got Talent picture, it wouldn't be about just the story. It would just be about the talent. But truly, everyone has had something bad. The only one who didn't.
Not really bad in this case. I mean,
no, I don't mean that at all. I apologize. That was not my.
I know what you meant. Saying. I'm just clarifying.
But I was just saying the only person who didn't, I think, was Alex Hooper.
Yeah, I mean, well, he had something bad happen to him last time. He got buzzed off the stage.
I guess, but
it's not the same. Yeah,
I do just want to clarify that was not at all was kind.
I know. I'm prompting you to clarify.
All right.
Anyway,
so who are we talking about next? So Eric, who?
The marching band, right?
All right. JT High Band, right?
I think
Jefferson Davis High Band. So they are a marching band. I feel like we get one of these like every other season. You know what I mean? So they do a performance. I think it was Good as Hell by Lizzo, which
it was 2 songs by Lizzo apparently.
So funny story. The only reason I know this song is because
X Factor.
And I gotta say, I actually bought the song. I like listening to it. Like it's the
original. I mean, the real version, right?
Lizzo's version. Like she's. Yeah. I know people have a lot of thoughts on her, but I don't. I just listen to her music. She's a really talented singer, and her music's pretty good, and it puts you in a feel-good mood. And this version of it, it took me a while. I was like, what song are they doing? Because I could hear like the familiar beats, but I was so confused because I just couldn't place. But once it clicked, I was like, oh yeah, I was into this. I would say for this act, it's fun for kind of a one-time viewing. I don't think I can. This is not a winning act. This is kind of it's gonna make it to live shows and get cut round 1.
Mm-hmm.
What did you think about it, Eric?
Precisely the same thing. I think they would have really benefited from an audience, I will say, but they're great. Not 10. They're not top 10. They're not even top 20. So,
I mean, if I
only included them because I thought they were pretty good and because they got a lot of views somehow, which I was surprised by.
Who knows? Yeah, they were fun. I mean, the problem is America's Got Talent. You got to be up to a certain standard, and they're good. The thing is with America's Got Talent also, acts have a ceiling. Like there's a certain level of what they can hit, and I think this their ceiling just isn't going to be anywhere close to competing for even semifinals.
Correct. Let's talk about the last act that we're going to talk about, which is Sheldon.
All right, so Sheldon Riley, this guy, apparently he's been in a few places before. He's been on some other shows, Eric.
Yep. So I first remember talking about Sheldon back in 2016 when he was shoved into a boy band on X Factor Australia that was cut week 1 of live shows.
Wait, really?
Yes.
All right. Is that it? He was just on Australia?
He was shoved into a boy band on X Factor Australia season. That was the last season of X Factor Australia. A live blog fight season. It was a good season. He wasn't.
That was the last season ever? Are they done?
Of X Factor Australia, yeah. Sadly.
I watched one season of that show. The one where Dami won?
She's so good. But anyway, moving on.
Was that the same season?
Different season. That was 2013.
Okay.
And then Sheldon went on The Voice Australia in 2018, and he made it to 3rd place. And then he went back on The Voice the next year because The Voice Australia, if you think America's Got Talent has no rules and just puts whoever they want on the show, check out The Voice Australia.
How far did he make it the first time?
First time he made it to 3rd place.
Third place, and he's allowed to come back?
Yes. They have All-Stars on The Voice Australia, which is
was it All-Star season?
No, it's not an All-Star season. It's All-Stars plus new contestants all merged into one.
That doesn't sound fair at all.
It's not. There's no rules. There's no rules on The Voice Australia, and I kind of digging it. This year, Johnny Manuel from America's Got Talent 3 years ago is now in the top 4.
Johnny Manuel,
the singer.
He was on America's Got Talent.
Yeah, he got Seal's Golden Buzzer in Tyra's first year, Darcy season.
Johnny, what was the last name again?
Manuel.
I know. Really?
Yeah, he's now in the top 4 in The Voice Australia right now.
I remember this dude.
I'm sure you do. I liked him a lot.
Good for him. I mean, the like whatever the rules are, but like, wow, nicely done, John.
He actually has a chance at winning on Sunday. But anyway, I'll be keeping an eye out because I hope he wins. Anyway, let's talk about Sheldon, shall we?
Yeah. So Sheldon.
The one thing that bugged me about this audition, well, there are a couple. I mean, there's one thing that bugged me, which is that Sheldon sort of implied that he hasn't done a lot of things before, which is, as I've just elaborated, is complete and utter bullshit. He's on every show he could possibly be on in Australia, some of them multiple times, and now he's over here. So, having said that, I've always liked Sheldon as a person, and I've always really wanted to like his voice. But I don't really, and it sucks. I've always come so close to loving it, and I never quite do. And I always want to, and I just can't, and it sucks.
It's funny, when I heard that when I was just casually kind of reading some stuff, I heard that this guy had been on some other shows. My first thought was that it was that guy on the X Factor UK who did Life on Mars. He kind of.
Oh, Sean Moore?
Who was he?
Sean, right?
I don't remember. He kind of dressed also a little bit.
Oh yeah. Actually, here's a fun story about that one. I was in the arena when he auditioned.
Oh, what was that like?
I'll talk about it another time. That's for another discussion. It was cool. I lucked out and I got to see my favorite actor audition for that season.
That's kind of like, that's pretty cool. Like
really cool. That was 2015. I was in London for studying abroad, so I got to go see X Factor being taped.
Huh. I always wanted to go.
I screamed at Simon. I think I scared him. It was funny.
All right. Well, he is performing Billie Eilish, I Don't Want to Be You. Yeah. Not my thing, I gotta say. Overall, it was just...
My thing is, if his voice is so close to blowing me away, and it just never does. It always gets so close.
I mean, the theatrics were kind of... It's too much. Like, it's
exactly what they did on my voice, and so it's not a surprise.
He was in a boy band. How long ago was that?
That was 2016. It didn't last long. And he didn't audition as part of a boy band. He was pushed in.
He was in one of those manufactured because they want the One Direction moment.
Correct.
Yeah, I couldn't get into this. I was like, it's too much. Like you're going to, like, everything is a little bit like too much. But I mean, the voice is solid. It's not bad. It's just
not.
I wasn't blown away.
Yeah.
Was there another act here you wanted to talk about?
Not really. Let's move on. We're gonna move on to our audition wrap-up portion of this episode, and we're just gonna name our 5 favorite auditions of the season, and then we're gonna predict the winners. Which
5 favorite.
What?
5?
I'm gonna pick 5. You can pick however many you want. And then actually, I don't want to do golden buzzers. Golden buzzers are for what we like. I also want to do one prediction of a winner from each of us.
Okay.
Which is separate from the golden buzzer. Golden buzzer is just someone we want to win. Prediction of the winner is who we think is going to win.
Do you want to go back and forth? You go first, I'll go, and then.
Sure.
All right. You want to go first?
Okay, I'll go first. My favorite audition.
Number 1, like.
Are we doing
it? No, we'll go back and forth.
Okay, so it's random order for our favorites?
Whichever.
Sure, I'll just do a random order. So I already talked about 3 of them. I mean, so Alex Hooper was one of my favorites of the season.
All right. Alex Hooper. All
From
right.
the episode.
All right. Who I'm gonna say Elijah, who did the cello. I'm gonna say he's in my top 5. I thought it was at least entertaining. Like I was at least kind of it's an act I could kind of get behind. I don't think Elijah could win. Do you think he can make semis?
Probably not, but we'll see.
I think he makes semis. I think he gets cut semis.
Okay, we'll see. We'll see.
All right, who are you going with next?
My first golden buzzer, Nolan Neal, is my next favorite. I've been listening to that song he sang in his audition like on repeat for the past couple weeks now. It's a really good song. He's a really good singer. So,
for my next act is actually going to be the act I'm going to be giving my golden buzzer to. I was watching through some of the old performances, kind of trying to figure out who I'm going to give this to. I don't think this. The thing is, on a normal season, I would have said this kid can't win, but I think he can win this season. I'm going to go with Jacob Velasquez, the drummer / piano player.
really?
Yeah, he's going to be my second golden buzzer. Do I think he can win? I mean, his video has a lot of views. That was kind of what made me decide to go with him, because it'd be a fun story if he won.
It's not happening.
You say that, Eric, but who is winning then?
We'll get there. We're saving that for the end of this podcast.
All right, so I've got my 2 golden buzzers. In the chat, if you're watching, who do you think has the stronger golden buzzers? So my golden buzzers are Noah and Jacob. Eric's got
Alex and Nolan.
All right. So in the chat, let us know, who do you think has the stronger golden buzzers? All right. Who are you going with next?
My next favorite audition was actually one of the actual golden buzzers, Christina Ray.
I remember her. She was good.
Mm-hmm.
All right. My next my third place. Well, it's not in any order. It's Noah. It's my other golden buzzer. So I got Noah, Elijah, and Jacob.
Next up, another golden buzzer, Roberta, the 10-year-old girl who sang Shallow.
Yeah, she was good. I thought she was all right. I'm going to go with, you know what? I'm going to do it. I'm going to say Shakira. She was the one act that actually auditioned online.
Okay, good. Glad one of us said her. And then my last will be Winston.
Winston. All right.
Card magic guy.
Okay, for my last one, this is hard. I think I'm gonna go with. Okay, I think I've got. Wait, nope, lost. Who was I gonna go with? Wait, I lost their name. We'll come back to it.
Okay. Now let's predict the winner, shall we? Separate from the golden buzzer.
The winner. I have no goddamn clue. I have no idea.
I'm gonna say it. I think Christina Ray is gonna win.
Okay. I can't. Selena. That was who was going to be my 5th place. That was the singer who did the Shawn Mendes song. Yeah, you're saying, who'd you say, Christina?
Christina Ray. How do you feel is going to win this season?
I mean, Golden Buzzers have won often in the past, more often than not. Who's the runner-up then?
I'm not going that far. I'm just pretending that Christina's going to win.
I think Jacob has a chance.
No, he doesn't.
Why doesn't he have a chance?
No golden buzzer. And they didn't really hype up the story that much, and
That means they still can, though.
Whatever you think. Okay. Let's go through some of the comments we got in the chat.
All right.
So Bello Knock got montaged.
Bello Knock was in this episode. What is this? The third time on the show?
Yes. So that's why we didn't talk about it.
He was really on the show. When was he on the show?
He was
Awesome TV.
One of the at-home audition people.
What?
He was one of the at-home audition people.
America's Got Talent, like, they also break their own rules.
Yes, they do. Anyway, Grace remembered Alec Hooper's audition.
It was 2 years ago?
It was 2 years ago. It was Tyra's second season. Speaking of which, Grace, we will not be watching Dancing with the Stars. And
I am down to watch Dancing with the Stars. Grace, if you want to be my co-host, I will talk Dancing with the Stars next season.
I will not.
I'm throwing it out there.
I am not watching High Tie ever again.
Oh my god. I blocked that out.
I'm sorry. Grace also said that we've got the Golden Buzzer and Romania's Got Talent. Yes, I saw that. And I will say that she commented that Tate won because he's a family man who loves Jesus and his wife, which I almost laughed out loud when I first saw the comment.
When it was going on, I laughed. Like, there was a moment where I saw it. I was like,
yeah, basically. And Boy George was Sheldon's coach for the first time and was rooting for him a second time, yes. So, on that note,
I'm Adam Samuel. You can find me on Twitter at Adam Soapbox. I run my website, adamsoapbox.com, which, funny enough, since you asked, I have a new blog post up on my site. And look, on Reality Hour, I judge other acts because that's what I do. Somehow I've assumed this position. But on that blog post, at the bottom of the post is actually a cover that I did on piano. I did a piano cover of Bohemian Rhapsody. It is my first time ever doing one of these covers. It is very sloppy, but if you want to go watch it and you want to go tear me to shreds, I welcome it. Go ahead. Hit me with your best shot. I say that, but 20 minutes after someone writes on my video, LOL, you suck, I'm going to be in a corner crying. Where can we find you, Eric?
EricAsher.com, Eric_Asher on Twitter, assuming Twitter is working again after the great Twitter hack of 2020. bit.ly/Eric Lovids. On that note.
Wait, I actually remembered one other thing. So I have Reality Hour. I also have my own channel, which I posted for any of you watching. If you've made it to this far and you like reading books, I am doing my second channel. It's going to be all about book reviews. I have a video up already. I reviewed The Stand. I have another video I'm going to be working on next week. So go subscribe over there. It is Adam Samuel. I will put a link in or Eric or one of us will put a link in the
I will put a link in the video
to my second channel if you want to go check it out there. That's also where my cover of Bohemian Rhapsody is going to be. Sorry for interrupting, Eric.
No, you always close out the show.
Oh.
Close out the show now.
Anything else from the auditions, from the episode, the panel?
Other than the fact that I hope Flamer you were being sarcastic with that comment in the chat. Because obviously not.
Yeah. Flamer Awesome TV says this is the best season, right, guys? The best season was the season with Cammie Bradley, Forte, Collins Key, Kenichi, Bina, Taylor Williamson. I can still remember all these people from the top 6. That's how good that season was. That is always going to be my favorite season.
And on that note, we will see you all soon.
All right, guys. Until next time. Bye.